best of health, home decor, cooking, and lifestyle. We have an amazing show for you today, from home decor tips and organizing to a self-acceptance movement that is making huge waves across the US. And we even have a special surprise guest, Lucy, an adorable chocolate lab that I cannot wait for you to meet. But first up, we have an amazing textile designer based here in Pittsburgh. Savannah Hayes will be joining us. When I first saw her on Instagram, I just loved her style and wanted to bring her to the show. And today she's going to show us how to add some texture, color, and dimension to any living space, starting with our space right here. So welcome, thank you.
Thanks so much for having me, Lindsay.
So tell me, I mean, you are the creator of so many textile products, and how did you say, this is what I want to do?
Right, so I worked for Kelly Worsler, who's a pretty amazing interior designer out in LA, as an interior design intern. I thought that's where I wanted to go with my life. And I split my time as an intern there between interior design and her product design team. And the product design team kind of blew my mind. And my director at Kelly Worsler had gone to a grad program at FIT in textile design. And that kind of led me down this path that I'm so happy to be on.
Awesome. So you're going to show us some ways that we can add dimension to our space.
That's right.
So what do you suggest starting with?
So my favorite way to add dimension to a space is throw blankets. These throw blankets add a heavy knit texture that can really shine up the room. Yeah. My favorite for throw blankets is large scale patterns. It draws the eye in, and it can really compete with a chair or a sofa that doesn't have a lot going on necessarily. You have to be careful in a space that you recognize whether it's a cool tone or a warm tone room. So here we have a lot of warm tones going on. So warm neutrals are ivories, tans, and stuff like that. Cooler neutrals are like blue-based whites and grays. So we want to stay a little bit away from that when we're thinking about the overall space.
Gotcha. And these are yours.
That's right, yeah.
And these are amazing.
Thank
the
you.
Look, the feel, oh my goodness, I just want to wrap myself in it. It looks so comfy. Okay, so we have blankets. What else do you suggest? Pillows?
Pillows. Pillows are super easy and also affordable to really make that space kind of have a new life.
Yeah.
I think the way that you keep things looking cohesive and not too overwhelming is, again, to stay within a color palette.
Okay.
So here we're staying warm. So we have 3 ivory cream-based pillows, and then we're switching up dimension and texture from pillow to pillow.
Okay, so here we have, what is this, linen?
Yeah, so this is a linen that is not super dimensional, and then we have embroidery over top of it and a watercolor print.
And then it's long.
Right, so different shapes are great.
Yeah, I love that. And then there we have the polka dots, so that's a standard
That's right.
kind of design.
That's right, and this is gold foil, which adds a nice kind of excitement to the space.
And I love what you did here with the floor pillow type of thing. So you can add some even dimension on the floor. Right.
And this is a chunkier linen that they've embroidered on top of. And the addition of the tassels are really kind of an unexpected look. And they have a little bit of purple in them, which brings in the purple and the warm tones from here.
Awesome. So do you recommend how do you incorporate the different colors? You said do you start with the room, or are you someone that starts with the piece first?
Yeah, I actually love to have really neutral sofas so that my accessories can pop. I do really neutral sofas and rugs and also window treatments so that I can play a lot with the throw blankets and the pillows.
I love that. And then what about the shapes? I see this is like a geometric shape type of thing. Are those is there any certain tips that you have around shapes?
Sure, so I think for blankets that are knit, it's a lot easier to have the straighter lines because of the way that it's constructed. So I stay geometric here, and then for pillows, you can do more organic stuff, and it's not competing. I think a lot of time when you have geometric everywhere, the room kind of feels overwhelming. So you want to vary, just like you're varying texture, color, and scale, you're varying pattern as well.
Yeah, when I went to Copenhagen a few months ago, I felt like everything was super geometric, and it was. I felt like there wasn't a fun element. Wasn't even a splash of color. Like everything was just standard. But that's their style, and it works for them. But I like that the different colors and.
Yeah, I think that's why it's best to furnish your house from as many different sources as you can. If you're doing just one house that's entirely West Elm, it's going to look like it came from a West Elm catalog. But if you pick pieces from West Elm and Anthropologie and Target, and you're mixing and matching, and you're keeping it to an overall theme, like color or pattern, then I think it really can come together nicely, and it reflects you.
Yeah, awesome. Which that's probably a very important thing, making sure your space reflects your personality and.
Right.
Yeah, awesome.
Right, fantastic.
So what else do we have here? These are coasters, which they're really large.
Yes, oversized.
When I saw them on your website, I thought they were a lot smaller, so it's cool to see them in person.
Right. So marble is one of my favorite materials because just like metals, it can kind of go warm or cool depending on the space that you put it in. These oversized guys are great dining room, coffee table, even on like a bar cart, because they can handle glasses, they can handle bottles, they also can handle like pitchers of water or mixed drinks or something like that.
What about heat?
Oh, they're great for heat, and they're easy to clean, just warm soap and water.
Awesome.
And they have a pattern engraved in them, so you're getting a little bit of pattern with the inherent texture
So
of
it's
the marble.
different. It's not just all marble. It has
Right.
some texture to it,
Right.
which I really like.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing such amazing ways that we can revamp our space. For more tips from Savannah, please check her out on Instagram at Savannah Hayes Studio. And next up on the Zest, we have a special guest, Sarah Hartley of Hall and Lane magazine, so stay tuned.